silent.
Who's talking first?
Let's just see. 3, 2.
You. It's always you.
Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Good Texans podcast.
Welcome.
Let's jump right in. Hopefully, first one was a success. We're actually recording this one before the first one even launches.
We have no idea.
So maybe, what is it? Failure to launch?
This may never make it to air.
Never make it air. That's true. But go ahead, jump in. I got some work to do, Camille.
You have a script.
I don't have a script.
I'm not going to let him get away with any of this. He has a script prepared, but he's asking me to, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to ask him about? Camille, what are you going to do? Look, you see that?
So it's not a script. So I told Camille not to read it, and it's something that'll come up later in the show. I just need it ready to go, but don't read it.
I have no idea when.
Oh my goodness, Camille.
Okay, but I do also need to ask you a question.
Okay, before you ask me a question, Camille, before we jump back to the show, y'all, I just want to take a minute to thank our sponsors for today's episode.
We have no sponsors.
CanOnAFish. Now, everyone's heard of fish in a can. That's old news. But the folks over at CanOnAFish flipped the whole thing upside down. Instead of stuffing fish inside a can, they place a perfectly balanced can right on top of the fish. It's simple, it's practical, and honestly, it just makes more sense. Whether you're on the water, working in the shop, or just looking for a smarter way to transport your canned goods or fish, CanOnAFish has you covered. Right now, for a limited time, head on over to southofyourco.com. Use code CanOnAFish for 10% off your order. CanOnAFish, because sometimes the can belongs on the fish. Back to you, Camille.
I'm crying.
That's it. That's all that I had.
No, it's funny because this is my daily life, and now I know.
What does that mean?
That this is just you on the daily, but you put a camera in front of me now, and now I know why. Because you're always looking for my genuine reaction to anything you say.
Do you know what was the most impactful movie growing up? For me? Jungle Book. The second one was The Truman Show. Okay? So you always have to
How do you go from the Jungle Book to the Truman Show? Those are two different age gaps. You don't watch Jungle Book when you're, I don't know, in your 20s when Truman Show. When did you watch Truman Show?
So I'm going to get back to the point. So the Truman Show, we can be recorded at any time. So we need to plug it with our sponsors. We need to, for real. But no, jump in. Pretend like season 1. Wow. Pretend like episode 1 was a rave success. We're trickling on 1 million subscribers now. We're ready to
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. But we're right there, and then take it from there.
Where do I go from here?
Well, what are we doing today? Oh, customers. You want to head it, and I'll tell them stories about you.
Oh, what? No. Well.
Howdy. Name's Quick Draw Murdoch. The Good Texans podcast is filmed in front of a live audience. Just kidding. They're in the shop. So occasionally, customers come in to shop for some amazing candles and leather goods. This is your time to go to southofyourco.com and use code CanOnAFish for 10% off your entire order. Okay, well, back to the show.
Are you kidding me? I'd love to switch this. All right, we're back on live. We're not live, but the cool thing about running a shop is there's customers that come in, and
that is the goal.
The goal. The cool thing about running a shop is customers come in. Wow, what am I? Where's my script? Line?
Ridiculous.
Okay, go where you left off because I have no idea where you left off. I'm gonna keep working.
I think we can move on. I think that was actually probably
a good stopping point.
A good stopping point. Oh wait, hold on. I wanted to plug our workshops and stuff. So I know we kind of have a disagreement on on, oh my gosh, I'm starting to twitch.
Camille?
Never.
We are so aligned.
No, I mean
in sync.
On when these episodes will air and stuff. But I'm saying if you're listening and you want to know about March, but you want to know about March
I want
workshops.
This to transcend time. I want in 100 years for somebody to pull this up, or March 2037.
In March 2026.
No, okay, yeah, preface it with that. That's cool.
We have workshops.
I'll timestamp it.
But also I think it's because in the last episode, we didn't talk about how we do workshops.
We did?
No, we didn't.
Dude, we talked about
I don't
everything in
think-
the last workshop.
I don't know, I think we're
In the last
really
podcast.
off tangent. We do workshops. So we teach. Stop. So we teach what we do, and we have artists teach what they do. So we host workshops, which is a really kind of cool and unique thing about the shop. So again, we talked about artists in retail space. We did that last episode. And now I just want to put a plug in for our workshops. So in the back area where we are now, this is where we like to teach what we do. And then we invite artists to come and do stained glass, watercolor. We have sourdough coming up in March. So that's kind of my point and what I'm trying to talk to is March, we have a belt making workshop.
I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, because you run it. We're doing a belt making workshop. We're doing a free bring your own denim workshop during spring break on Wednesday and Saturday in case you miss it on Wednesday. And that one's cool. We have you just bring your own denim, and it's inspired by Janetta, your mom, because of all the cool and funky denim clothes that she does. Really, really cool. Jacques, I'm giving you editable content to overlay. And so we're going to do stuff like that. And then what else? We have another belt making workshop in case you missed the other one. We have the intro to sourdough with Bunting Bakehouse and Jessica. She's amazing. She's adorable, and her kids are adorable.
I want to do that one too.
You want to do them all. And then we have stained glass with Kayla, again, with Desert Willow glass.
Desert Door.
And then, and I do like my Mamas and Makers one, which is like a kind of fun free fellowship one that I like to do.
I wish I could do that one, but I'm not a mama. But do you have to be a mama to go to that?
It was inspired by me being a working mom and wishing that I'd had fellowship. And so that's kind of why it is what it is, which is basically because just moms, whether you're a working mom or you're a stay-at-home mom or, whatever, you come and we do craft and we talk about Jesus. Or we don't.
Sounds like a good time.
We just talk about motherhood and whatever comes up, and we do something new. So that's getting cool too. Anyway, that's my plug for March workshops.
Jeez, that it, Camille?
Yeah, I know, we got a lot. But, what are you doing?
Excellent, great question. I'm gonna get my script. Just
oh my gosh, that is part of the script because you've been saying
it wasn't
great.
A script.
No, you've been saying. You've been saying great question in the mirror for the past 5 days.
I know. I practice it because you were going to tell the story, and then I was going to say exactly what I just said. Great question, Camille. But before we move on, let's talk about our sponsors. And then I was going to read that and surprise you. And the CanOnAFish, that was my idea.
I know it was. I have no doubt that was yours.
There's actually going to be a coupon code on Leatherwork called CanOnAFish for 10% off their whole order. The whole order.
There you go, guys.
But yeah, so this podcast is not a 3-hour podcast. We gotta go.
I know.
That's why I'm trying to make this. So what we're going to talk about today, y'all. One thing that we want to talk about is how we got into leatherwork, and that's actually a big thing that I'm working on right now. I'm working on our flagship wallet, which is called the Owen. Now, those of you that know us know that our firstborn, his name is Owen. So I'm going to just be working on this, and this one's special. I don't know if you can see. I have a couple of cameras. It's a special one because Camille tooled this. What is it?
It's just a little cowgirl.
I know, I'm kidding. It's a cute cowgirl. And then a yellow rose.
Yeah.
So she tooled it, and I'm going to be putting this together.
I dyed it too. That's a nice dye.
That's nice. Thanks. I'm going to be putting this together while Camille sort of tells you about how we got started with leatherwork. And then hopefully by the end of this podcast, I'm going to try to sew as quick as I can. I'm going to have the foundation of it set up. And then, of course, it needs to be like sanded and burnished and finished and everything. But we'll have this in the shop hopefully by today or tomorrow. So, but yeah, take it away, Camille. When and why did we start leatherwork? And what is the significance about the Owen?
You're so weird.
So we took a little break. There's a couple of flies that landed in both my eyes and her eyes. But now we're going to continue. Go ahead.
Okay, so we got into leatherwork, or Jacques got into leatherwork, like I keep saying. He got into it first. And he got into it because it was a sort of coping mechanism. It became like a therapy because when we were expecting our first son, Owen, who is now 6, so just to say, ends happily.
Happily. He's got T-ball exhibition. He did basketball, and you'll know why we're excited about him doing sports when you keep talking about him.
When we found out I was pregnant with Owen, it was really great. He was our first. We were excited, super stoked. We had a house, and we'd gotten married like 2 years earlier. Mm-hmm. We had a dog. Everything was like lining. I know.
We still have a dog. Ember's alive.
We do.
I'm going to tell her you said that. Ember's our firstborn. She's a golden doodle, and she acts like the firstborn. I'm going to tell her that you forgot that we still have her.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I said we had a dog, Camille.
I just mean like
just like
our
the
life
Marines.
was lining up the way that Marine, like we thought it.
You weren't. You can't say, "Oh, I was a Marine." You are a Marine, right? Have you heard that?
I'm just saying, our life was going in a trajectory that we were super excited about, and it still did. But when we found out, when I was 20 weeks pregnant, we found out that Owen was, first of all, a boy. We were excited.
Yeah, he showed us he was a boy.
But we also found out that he was going to be born with a congenital disease. It was called congenital diaphragmatic hernia. Essentially, it meant that the left side of his diaphragm had not closed properly. So he was going... Really?
I have to... This is part of the leatherwork.
Are you tapping?
I'm using your silversmithing maul.
Yeah. We found out that his intestines and his stomach had moved up into the left chest cavity, constricting the growth of his lung and moving his heart. So it is a very, very serious condition. It is a rare condition. And that was one of the hardest days of our life. We went in for what was just supposed to be our 20-week anatomy scan, learning about the gender, and it ended up being about a 3 to 4 hour visit with maternal fetal medicine doctors. I immediately went into research mode. I went into medical mode. I wanted to learn as much about this diagnosis as possible. I wanted to prepare for it as much as possible. Knew that we were going to be in the level 4 NICU. We knew that ECMO, which is essentially life support, was a possibility. We knew he would need surgery relatively within days after he was born. Mm-hmm. So I went into full medical mom mode. I don't remember at what point in my pregnancy I was where I think you bought a leather tandy kit.
My memory says you bought it for me. But if you think I bought it for myself, sure.
I mean, maybe we went to Tandy together and we got it. Moving forward, that I would find you in the room and I would find you doing leather and you would be stitching. And then what was Owen's nursery turned into a leather room, which was just suddenly stocked full of leather and sewing material.
And we didn't sleep much, so it was good. It was good therapy.
What part of leather
the sewing
calmed you down?
The sewing,
dude.
Chilled
you out. What were you stressed about? What were you scared? Were you
I'm not gonna get into that.
I do.
Way.
I want to know now.
I can't, dude.
No, now you're forced because now it's did you think about Owen when you were doing leather, or were you focused on something else?
That's all we thought about, Camille. I think I want to focus on this because I don't want to get into that. It was a intense time in our lives and such unknown and prognosis-wise, right? And he's a miracle. My part of this, and you just stop me when you want to, is the stitching. The stitching was so therapeutic. It's saddle stitching, so I'm going to do it in just a little bit. But I would stitch for hours. I would just stitch a ton of stuff. And not stitch to sell. We weren't making things to sell. It was just, therapeutic. And the first wallet that I ever made, hand-stitched, hand-designed, hand everything was, I'm going to get a picture, I'll interlay it, because I have pictures of it, is called the Owen. And I called it the Owen for, hope for a little guy so he can push through and be okay, So what I'm working on now, and again, I don't want to talk about anything. Let's just focus on why. The topic of today's podcast is why we got into leather. We have a freaking leather shop now, dude. Okay? And I think it's all because of Owen. And this is his wallet. Oh, stop. So this is the Owen. And hopefully I have a camera set up everywhere so you can see it. But when I made it, I just felt so proud.
He was born. He was just as we expected. He was intubated right away. He was taken to the NICU. Jacques actually followed.
You're getting into it.
I mean, because it's a big deal. Because I think it's important. Like everything that we do revolves around our family, revolves around our kids. It literally is like again, like I'm gonna like have another fly into my eye, but
that means cry.
It really is like when like we say like everything we do is so intentional and so meaningful. Like it is, because like this is our story. Like here you are, probably flashing back PTSD that you don't have in South Africa apparently.
No, we don't. Just get over it.
Stitching and talking about Owen. Like that's like it's a big deal.
It's back to our logo. Back to our logo. Come on, cactus flower. Come on.
Yeah, and so we had him. Jacques was actually the very first one to go with him and see him. I didn't get to see him for like 48 hours because I couldn't pee. That's a whole other story. Well, because it's part of it. Some people will get it. But yeah, you got to see him, and he had surgery when he was 3 days old. He was supposed to be in the NICU for, I think they anticipated like 6 months min.
Crazy amount.
He was there for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Shout out his NICU nurses. Wow. Mm-hmm. They're amazing people. Amazing people.
And NICU nurses are something else.
And Owen,
like,
shout out.
Ride or die.
Shout out Owen. He was a star pupil. I think they loved him, or maybe they just pretended, but I don't care.
No, of course they did.
Okay, good. Because what is it, like 3 days, intubated after the surgery?
It was a week.
And then CPAP and room air by like a week and a half.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. For CDH, that is insane. He was eating,
NG tube.
Yeah, NG tube for a little bit longer, but like.
But he ripped that thing out.
He did. He ripped that thing out.
He was ready to come home.
He was ready to come home. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this was a very like an emotional episode, I guess, or emotional podcast episode because
some weird cuts might come in and out of it. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna have to edit a lot because we had to take some breaks and stuff. But the main part of this is just to share with y'all that, I mean, the truth is, like it's not just, felt like doing leather one day. It felt like it's meaningful. It's so meaningful. Mm-hmm. And I can't look at you. Yeah. How we said, everything that we do at the shop and everything that we make it's family. I mean, our shop, the backyard, I just spoke to a customer that came in, showed her the backyard and said, if you ever want to do anything, just let us know. If we have a night open or something, we come hang out with your friends, grab a pizza, come play some board games or something in the backyard. Like we want to be a community hub and we want to be a resource for anybody.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like where I wanted to circle it, because hopefully we can make a big enough cut so I can circle into this. I
can make some big cuts, Camille.
This was also the point of the brick and mortar, is by the time, so we had Owen and then we had Luke during COVID, and so everything was shut down. And then when I was pregnant with Noah, I was actually I was doing really good in my career. Like I loved where I was working. I loved what I was doing, the people I was working with.
But you were at HEB?
No, I was with Texas Performing Arts at UT. Yeah, I worked for UT for 10 years in HR. But I really thought, I was like, this is where I'm going to retire. Like, this is it.
I learned about Broadway. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I love Broadway now.
Then I got pregnant with Noah, and we love him. But I do remember thinking, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. We live an hour away now. It was
like
fine because it was remote.
Traffic, 3 hour round trip.
There was teleworking at the time, and so it was doable. Like it was feasible. But then I was pregnant with Noah, and then we got the call that managers and things they needed to come back on site, and so I was really, really panicking, and it was a really challenging time.
Okay, hold on. We got to get a wallet.
Done.
No, we got to get a wallet for Noah also now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
It was a really challenging time for us. When I'd had him, I was 3 weeks postpartum, and we were walking the square, and we passed this building, and there was no sign in it. We weren't even looking for a place, but I just remember praying. I remember begging. That was another one of my big tear moments, is praying and begging God to tell me what do we do, because I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, we were walking the square, and then we drove past this place because we were done with the square, And I told Jacques, I'm like, stop.
Yep.
And we saw this building and then the place right next to us. Called around. There's like no other way to describe it between like this was God's plan. Like 100%, like this was God's plan. Jacques wanted to have the place next to us because it was small, and he's like, we never done a brick and mortar. Let's just start small. Let's do
first
retail.
rodeo, y'all. You know how big our shop is?
And like, but I looked through this door and I saw this workshop in the back, and I saw the vision. And then, I mean, Jacques had trust in me and, you know, faith in what I saw and what I felt. And I was like, this is it. And so Jacques said, okay. And
let's hunt down the owner, because there was no sign on the door.
We found him. He was amazing. He gave us just so much grace and generosity. And, you know, I could go on and on about how that happened too. But again, like my point is it was all for family. I was crying and begging and all those things because I wanted to be close to my family. I couldn't make the commute into Austin anymore. As much as I loved my career, I could not do that anymore. I wanted to be with my kids. I wanted to be with my family, and now I get to. Mm-hmm. Like, we just celebrated a year, and now Noah's a year and a half, and it's wild because I was just like, he fell asleep in my arms today at the shop, and I was holding him talking to a customer, and I was like, oh my goodness, like if you would have been here a year ago, you would have seen like this tiny little nugget. Like he was just like a tiny little baby, and now he's running around destroying things and being adorable at the same time. So you are almost finished with that wallet.
But before I finish this wallet, I think it's time to thank our second sponsor. Oh my God. I'm totally kidding, Camille. I don't have a second sponsor. I just want to see what you'd say. But no, it's full circle. Like when we're all here, again, I'm talking about family, right? When we're all here, I absolutely love it. I still don't, maybe Owen is noticing it now, but all the boys just don't realize how cool it is to have a shop with a backyard and everything.
I think Owen kind of does, because he works it on Saturday.
He works it, yes.
We're
going to have an episode of just like a day in the life of Owen working on Saturday, because he has so much fun. And he tells me, he says...
He gets ready on Saturday mornings.
Yep.
He gets ready before you wake up.
Yep. Oh, I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then he says, when he's done working, he's like, Dad, I think I'm done for the day. How much money do I get? And I say, buddy, you did this, this, and this. I think $2. And he's like, I really want $5.
Does he really?
Yes.
He hustles you?
Yes. No, he doesn't hustle.
It's not hustle. It's like
it's not. And then I say, okay,
he knows his
do
worth.
You want to do, maybe if you do the candle inventory, which we do together, candle inventory, and take out that rug and go hit it in the alleyway to clean it? And sometimes he's like, no, $2 is okay. And then sometimes he's like, yeah, okay. But he doesn't buy it. It was just, it's so cute. It's awesome. No, I think this was good. And kind of scatterbrained all over the place, but like it's really heavy. It's heavy for us, but just know that like that's where all this passion comes from.
Yeah, and they're not always going to be this heavy. I think we just we left them with a hook last episode.
Yeah.
And we had to follow that thread through.
No more hooks.
But you know, in our next ones, you know, we do hope to like have some of our artists come in and talk about what they do and like what is the passion behind their work?
Yeah,
because I
awesome.
know for some of them, like it is also there are some that are
personal.
Also very personal and
I love that.
And emotional sometimes.
Yeah, and a lot of fun stuff. One big thing, me growing up in South Africa with my mom, is we used to go to markets.
South Africa?
Camille, yes, I am.
Speak in Afrikaans.
What do you want me to say?
Talk Afrikaans to us.
I can do the next segment in Afrikaans.
Oh my gosh, with me in English and you just speaking to me in Afrikaans.
And see what you can understand. Maar jy kan goed verstaan, ja?
No.
Jy kan Afrikaans verstaan. Sy ken woorde soos tafel en berg en lamp en sulke goed. Jy weet, tafel, stoel. Jy weet?
Ja.
Maar nee, ek het toe ek kind was daar in Suid-Afrika, het ek na die mark met my ma gegaan. Sy doen baie soos verf en baie goed, en sy het hierdie chandelier goed gemaak. Ek dink chandelier is nou, daar's nie 'n woord vir dit in Afrikaans nie. Is daar chandelier woord? Maar
chandelier is French.
Oh, okay. Maar sy het hierdie chandeliers goed gemaak, en ek meen dis een moeiste ding wat ek onthou toe ek 'n kind was. In Suid-Afrika was hierdie markte wat ons gaan. It was a Magnolia Market of Moonlight Market.
So basically he's talking about how when he lived in South Africa with his mom and grandma, he used to go to South African markets, and his mom would sell these lamps that he thought were the most beautiful lamps.
Oh, thank you. I can that's the safe one. That's buy them way.
So beautiful.
Buy 'em
You
way
thought they
lampa,
were the
yeah.
most beautiful lamps in the world.
Buy them way. Okay, I'm going to switch back. Yeah, thank you, because they're beautiful, Mom. They're beautiful. Those lamps are absolutely beautiful. They were like purple and pink and all these different colors, and she used to like dye the ropes and make these little birds, put a bird on it. She made these little birds that hang from the sides, almost like is it a mobile for a kid? A mobile? Mm-hmm. A mobile for a kid, for a baby?
Chandelier.
Chandelier, but it was hideously beautiful. Okay?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
But that's what I can remember. And yeah, I just, in Upper Conce, I basically just said that's such a fun memory growing up in South Africa.
So that's kind of what you're hoping Owen has.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I hope he has that. And I hope
think so.
As soon as he has, a little bit older and he's got like more friends that could, hang out, that they come back here and spend some time and, oh, you want to make a belt? And then we can set them up and like, that's amazing. And I'm super excited.
Cool.
Awesome.
So tune in next time.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to show you what I made.
Sorry.
So I just... That's a stitching pony or stitching horse. But if y'all have any...
Why do you smell things?
It's leather. It's leather.
Okay.
But if on Marketplace and stuff, I've been looking for a nice big horse. So if y'all find some, let me know. They're very expensive. But...
Stitching horse.
Let me see if I can focus some cameras on it.
Not a literal horse.
No, not a horse. So what I just finished is sewing. And that took like 15 minutes?
I don't know, a long time.
I just sewed our Owen, and this is, again, it's a special Owen. Camille tooled it, but basically this is the setup. It's going to be 2 4 pockets, and you can put some folded cash and things in there.
Is she cute?
But it patinas so well.
That's cute.
And it is.
I mean,
I'm super excited.
I mean, she's a little funky. I definitely got better.
Sägs fär van mooi, maar mooi van fär. That's the South African saying.
It's far from pretty, but pretty from far.
We've been hanging out too much.
This side's pretty though.
Both sides are pretty, Camille. So I'm going to finish that one off.
Yeah, you're going to sand it. You're going to slick it.
Bevel, burnish.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish that one off and it'll be in the shop. But yeah, if y'all are ever in the shop, please go ask us where the Owens are. Go pick up an Owen, check it out. And yeah, that's it for today, right?
That's it for today.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
For letting the flies fly in our eyes.
That means cry. I love you.
Yeah, look at you.
Okay, bye-bye.